This video is to get you set up with geocoding, and we'll start by creating an address locator. First thing, actually, we're going to add the geocoding toolbar by clicking on it in toolbars. Here it is right here. The next step is to open up the dialog box to create an address locator. That can be found in Art Catalog, Toolboxes, System Toolboxes, Geocoding Tools, and Create Address Locator. In this case, my help is showing. If it were not, you would see Show Help. And then Tool Help also gives you plenty of other tips on using this tool. We're going to choose an address locator style. And in this example, it's going to be US address dual ranges. I'm going to click OK. Don't worry about this little X for this moment. Next, I'm going to choose the reference data as described over here. I'm going to use Pierce Roads as my reference data, and then that little X goes away. And for this instance, I'm going to save it back to the same lab that I'm using. This is Data Lab 5. I actually already have a Pierce locator, so I'm going to just click on it and _2 to make this the second one, and click Save, and then click OK. It runs. I already have background processing turned off, which is why this is showing in the foreground as opposed to the background. I'm going to pause the video while it's running. Mine has completed. It took about 42 seconds. Yours may take more or less time. I'm going to close that and then navigate to our catalog and to where I'm working on this lab. This would be Lab 5, Data Lab 5, and here's Pierce Locator 2. Right click, open up the properties, and this is where we're going to change some items to make it work for us in this instance. Let's take a look at this dialog box. On the left side, this is the primary table reference data. Up in the top right in this area is the input area. In the middle right is the matching options, which we'll adjust in a moment. And then we have the output options. Our first step is to do a little tweaking to the input address fields. I'm going to click on city and then delete every one of these. I'm going to adjust my minimum match score to 80 instead of 80%, and my side offset to 30 feet. From there, I click OK. Oh, there's the reference table. Click OK. Now time to begin geocoding. I already have the address table. I'm going to right click on TACBAR's table, geocode addresses. I'm going to use Pierce Locator 2 and say OK. This information is correct. Notice city is now blank, which is what we did in the previous step. I'm going to call this TACBAR's _2 since I already have one. Click Save. Click OK. Notice it processed 1,020,000 records per hour. I have 40 matched, 8 unmatched, which is correct, 83% and 17%. That is exactly what we're looking for. Simply close this geocoding addresses and then look at the geocoding result. I open the attribute table and there's several things here. We see a score, we see a status, M is for match, U is for unmatched, match type, and then the match address, the addresses that matched. If I sort by descending, it shows that there are 8 up top that don't have a match address. It has the street that it was looking for, but not the match address. And that's how we're going to fix it. To fix it interactively, we'll close this box. And then in our geocoding toolbar right here, there's this little button called Review and Match Addresses. If I click that, the addresses show up, and there's a way to sort them. I could sort by descending and see all the unmatched. Scroll this down, you can see that there are some matched and some unmatched. Another way to do it is to look at unmatched addresses, and the very first one that we'll be tackling in a different video is the 6th Ave pub, and it should be found on 2403 6th Ave 98418. One of those items, I'll give you a hint, is incorrect, which is why it's not matching up with our Pierce roads. This data table, TAC bar's table, has incorrect information, which is why it wouldn't match. That's how you set up a geocode. If you'd like to see how to interactively rematch, you may watch that other video called Geocode Interactive Rematch. I hope this helps.